I have lost all sound, guys. I have lost all sound.
You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. It's the state of New York, a place where courage and opportunity meets challenge. On the backdrop of the picturesque rolling hills of Watkins Glen, New York, ChumpCar Series goes to one of America's most challenging and exciting sports car events. Ladies and gentlemen, get your cars into position. The long wait is finally over. It's the Sahlens Chumpyard Dog at the Glen, and it's time to go endurance racing. Hi, everyone, and welcome to ChumpCast Live, sponsored by Sahlens Packaging Company. It's the Sahlens Chumpyard Dog at the Glen ChumpCar double 7-hour endurance race at Watkins Glen International, or SCDGCD SERWGI, or Skid God Sirweegi for short. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You're a crack team of highly polished and professional antagonists. I am Paul Veltram, your host, joined today by broadcast commentator and race analyst, Mr. Doc Waldrop of Brew Crew Racing, and our trackside co-host, Mr. Bill Strong.
Hey.
Doc, how are we doing today?
I'm doing just fine.
Great.
Fill up too.
Fantastic. Well, we are at Watkins Glen International, a track steeped in rich heritage and history. Let's take a look at that. We'll get her. Watkins Glen International began its journey on the streets of Watkins Glen, New York in 1948. It was originally a challenging course that encompassed asphalt, cement, and dirt roads in and around the village of Watkins Glen. Competition moved to a temporary 2.3-mile course in 1953. The Formula One stars all visited the Glen in 1961 for the first Watkins Glen U.S. Grand Prix, which would be the fall tradition at the circuit through 1980. Enos Ireland won the inaugural running, with great drivers such as Clark, Hill, Stewart, Lauda, Fittipaldi, and Hunt among the winners of latter Grand Prix. The third and final purpose-built road course was erected in 1971. Along with the annual SCCA race, the track hosted its first professional race, the NASCAR Grand National Division, in 1957. The Glen hosted a variety of other events throughout the Grand Prix years, from Can-Am, Trans Am, IROC, the endurance sports car racing, to Formula 5000 and the kart series, strengthening the track's reputation. The track has changed moderately since those days, with the chicane and the S's being removed, and yet another added when Tommy Kendall's prototype crashed in Turn 5, severely injuring his legs. And just 7 weeks later, NASCAR Cup Series driver J.D. McDuffie died in an accident at the same site, prompting the construction of the inner loop in 1992, slowing competitors at the end of the backstretch. The Glen has a long and storied past, from its Formula One roots to its position as New York's only home to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. With its 70-year lineage rising from its ragged infancy in 1948 to its position as America's premier racing facility, the Glen encompasses all of the romanticism of yesteryear glory with the calling for the excitement of battles yet to come. All right, so we're back, folks. A trip down memory lane with this amazing racetrack called Watkins Glen International. Doc, an unbelievable day of racing yesterday.
Oh, man, it was crazy. Just nuts. And do you know what today is?
Today is Sunday.
Yes, it's Sunday. It's March 28th. It's the biggest dang racing day of the year. So here's what we need you to do. Turn off F1. Monaco, come on. You're going to see more passing in one corner in one lap of this race than you will all day. Now, I can't say the same for Indy. That's been pretty dang exciting lately. But no, I mean, we look for another crazy day out here. A lot of our favorites ran into problems yesterday. GWR had an awful incident. I'm afraid that car's probably seen its last race. Biohazard had some problems. Simon Says had some problems. But, I mean, the last hours were pretty tight. But, a late caution kind of killed the Beast Mode's chance to catch the R-Bank Saab. I'm just going to point out some interesting facts yesterday. Both of those cars, the R-Bank Saab and Beast Mode, they set their fastest time of the day on the next to the last lap. So, and the Ecotech in third, he ran out of fuel on the second to the last lap, but he had the fastest time of the day at a 2:12.661, and the next best was the GWR car with a 2:14. So that Ecotech is fast. So some other stats from yesterday: in the last 15 minutes, 8 places changed hands. So, and the most dramatic being the M Brothers 325, just eking out a 4th place over the Jackie X 3000 GT by 4/100ths of a second. So another interesting stat: out of the top 12 cars, 8 of them set their fastest lap of the day in the last 5 laps of the race. So these guys were scrapping out there. 3rd through the 9th, they finished on the same lap. 10th and 12th on the same lap. So I think one of the things to look for today is look for the pit strategy to play a major part in today's race. We had 14 full course yellows. So if you can time your pit stops with one of those yellows, I mean, most of the yellows lasted about 4 laps, so you can easily get in. It's a 4-mile track. So it's going to take those cars a while to get back. So chances are, if you come in right when that caution flies, you can get your 5 minutes in, maybe not lose that lap. So I think, there's several teams that pitted at the 1 hour mark, E-Racing being one of them. They've got 5 drivers again today, so they'll probably come in at that 1 hour mark. But I mean, just a glimpse of the track finishes. All those cars that pitted early never really recovered from it. So I think they got to take advantage of them. We'll get a weather report from Bill. We had some rain yesterday. But anyway, that's kind of I look for the same people up front again today. These are proven cars. It's a tough track. So a well-prepped car is going to do well here, but you got to be fast too. So I don't know. You put your fast guy in to get you up near the front at the beginning of the race, or do you save him for the end? So there's a lot of strategy going out. Now, the other thing, Paul, couple of weeks ago at COTA, we talked about our favorite team names. Remember that?
I do.
And your favorite team, you want to name your team Waiting for Data. Now, I think that's brilliant. That's funny. Now, there's a lot of teams that name, their team names after what we do to the cars. Like there's Unintended Acceleration. That's a good one. Crank Yankers Racing, of course, referring to engine work and everything. But there is a team out there today that has outdone us all. I mean, these guys are brilliant. It's so sublime. And that team is the number 582 team. We didn't talk about them yesterday, but think about it. The name of their car is Occam's Racer. Now that, my friends, is brilliant.
Too much contact.
I liked Flat on One Side. I thought
Flat
that
on
was
one side,
pretty
that's
funny.
pretty good too. But Occam's Racer, if you know what Occam's Razor is, that's brilliant.
I don't, so it's over my head. So I don't know what it means.
Well, I mean, basically, I won't make you wiki it because the wiki page must be 18 pages long.
Oh,
But Occam's principle, Occam's Razor, states that everything should be made, it's often paraphrased this way, everything should be made as simple as possible, but no simpler.
okay. Man, you guys are still, I know. Okay, let's
keep me up at night.
Let's take a look at this racetrack, this Watkins Glen, New York. 3.37 miles, 11 turns. Here we go on the front straightaway. Heading down here, you can see pits just off to the right. Down the front straightaway, descending down into turn 1. Lots of runoff there, the pad just to the left. And then into turn 2. Up we journey through the S's. Very steep through here, very fast. Up to 4th gear as we make turn 3. Around the catch fence, around to 4. All the way on the mat. Down the backstretch, that famous backstretch, gathering tons of speed. Up to 5th gear. Aggressive braking, down into 3rd gear for some others in 4th, through the bus stop, also known as the inner loop. Then we progress into the outer loop, a carousel-shaped turn that brings us back to the right, and down through the chute as we go into the boot through turn 6. A blind exit, very fast, lots of fun through this area, very rewarding if you get it right. And then still descending to the lowest part of the racetrack, the toe of the boot, turn 7. Again, a blind exit. Back on the power, rolling out to the exit, now accelerating up into 4th gear, very fast through this section as the track levels out. Still a nice little bank on turn 8, not much to speak of though. Downshifting to 3rd gear. Then we set up for turn 9. The tricky yet very important exit here, again, blind at the exit, the wall's right up against the exit of the track. Through 10, just a lift perhaps going in, back on the power, very fast through this section to turn 11. To that soft wall that Bill talked about yesterday, just at the exit of driver's left. That is a lap around Watkins Glen International, 3.37 miles, 6 to 10 degree banking per turn with a width of 36 to 48 feet. Fantastic racetrack, and we get an opportunity to go around with Tom.
Long, and you're here at Watkins Glen International. We're going to go take a hot lap for this amazing, famed circuit. Follow me. So here we are, pit out, through to the exit, onto the main track. Always check your mirror before exiting out onto the track, and that brings us right into the uphill S's. One of the most famous pieces of this track. Through turn 3, flat out in our prototype, up to top gear, 6th gear, over 170 miles an hour as we start to get down to the back straightaway now. Checking our mirrors, checking the gauges, making sure that we're ready for what's going to become a really busy section. Hard on the brakes, over the curve, into the bus stop, over the other way, quick change of direction, back to power, full throttle through 4th gear. Now we're into turn 5, the outer loop. Let the car set, no brakes, back to throttle, full power, eyes looking all the way through to the exit. Now we got a bunch of speed, up a gear to 5th, hard on the brakes, 3rd gear, looking into what is now called the boot, turn 6. And we are back to full power on the exit, back up to 4th, Headed down to the toe, turn 7. Down to third gear, very, very steep elevation as we get down to the apex.
10 minutes.
And it's really rewarding when you get this right, going through a 130-foot climb up this hill. Just incredible amount of elevation here at Watkins Glen. Back up to actually top gear, 6th gear, braking at the 200 marker, hard braking down to third, very bumpy braking zone right there. Get it all the way down to the inside. That's through the heel of the boot. And now we're headed back onto the main track, back to where the NASCAR track joins up with the road course, and full power through the apex onto the exit. And now turn 10 is a flat out, fast 4th gear left-hander, full power through, getting set up for the last corner onto the front straightaway. And there we turn it down to the apex and back out onto the front straightaway. And that is a lap of Watkins Glen International. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so fantastic. Thank you for joining us on ChumpCast Live. Doc, I think it's only appropriate now that we offer the traditional disclaimer apology before we go any further.
It's about that time, I would say.
All right, then here it is.
All right, I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly. I offer a complete and utter retraction. The imputation was totally without basis in fact and was in no way fair comment and was motivated purely by malice. And I deeply regret any distress that my comments may have caused you or your family. And I hereby undertake not to repeat any such slander at any time in the future.
I'm sorry and I'm stupid.
I prostrate myself before you and beg your forgiveness. Jeez, I'm an idiot.
I'm gonna go ask directions to our next huge, embarrassing failure.
All right, thank you, folks, for your attention, for that important disclaimer that we wanted to offer to you. We are less than 5 minutes, or around the 5-minute mark here, before we roll these cars out onto the grid. And I think I've been remiss in my duties. I need to do Doc's intro.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, here we go. So stand by for that. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brew Crew Racing and Parts Unknown, Doc Waldrop. You gotta wait for the end where they did a whew. I love that part. Thank you so much, sir, for sacrificing yourself for yet another broadcast.
No problem.
Sure appreciate you. So we got a message a few minutes ago. We're about 10 minutes away from the start of this 7-hour race here at Watkins Glen, also known as Wiggy. WGI.
Yeah, I get it.
There you can see the cars lined up on pit road. So
yeah, this is going to be like the Oklahoma Land Rush, I bet.
Yeah, you said we got, over 100 cars starting the race again today?
Yeah, we'll have to see what, I mean, we should. We don't know how many cars were fatal. I noticed on Bill's Garage Walk, which was awesome, by the way, Bill. A lot of teams were swapping engines.
Using a golf motor.
Put the Band-Aid here, put the Band-Aid there. Little baling wire, some Velcro, maybe some wire ties. We kind of went through everything last night in the garage.
We had a Honda Rebuild Challenge as well.
Oh, the Honda Rebuild Challenge. I did see that. That was pretty funny.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us this morning. Just so you know, make sure you stick with us throughout the broadcast today. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. I see we've already got some people watching. Please share our broadcasts with your friends so that they can see what's going on. They can see what we're doing. And we're going to have a giveaway today. And we're going to have a giveaway today of a ChumpCar Pace Car Ride-Along Pass. And we'll be giving that away a little bit later on the broadcast. So make sure you stick with us for that. I wanted to mention that ChumpCar is presented by RVA Graphics and Wraps. And this is a company you can get your graphics and so forth. You can get vehicle wraps for your car. We can even wrap your helmet. So a lot of really great, cool things through that company, RVA Graphics and Wraps, and we sure appreciate them.
Yeah,
and
one of the other things they can do is, we're
All right,
required
we're clearing
to
off the paddock, or pit lane. Clearing off pit lane. Come to
okay,
me.
Bill. Go ahead, Doc.
No, go to Bill.
No.
It's always about Bill.
He's just keeping us up to date.
I know.
I'm dying to hear what you have to say.
No. I mean, well, all I was going to say is we're required to run the windshield banner up there, and RVA will do for a very, very nominal cost. They will actually make that in the color of your car. So if you want a special order one, so you don't. I think ours is black on our car, which is fine. It suits my personality.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, another thing they offer, Doc, is a reflective panel. So you can get the traditional sticker, but for a few bucks more, you can get one that's reflective. And that's the one that I bought. So that way you
went high dollar on us, did you?
Huh?
You went high dollar on us, eh?
I went high dollar because I really didn't want to light it. We're not planning on racing at night, so
you're not. Wait, whoa, what? You're not planning on racing at night?
Well, I know he doesn't want to do any 24-hour races.
So. Well, there's other races. We've got to actually replace the headlights in our car. We at Road Atlanta ends at night. There's about probably 3 hours of darkness or something, and our guys could not see it all.
Yeah, it's awful. You would think that a regular, headlights would work. That it works on the street.
Yeah,
but it's dismal on racing.
Oh, it's absolutely dismal. So I think we're going to go to the same setup that the John Allen Special guys run. They've got a couple of HID lamps. We've got LEDs, and they just don't cut it.
No. No.
They were cheap though, and I was cheap at the time.
Well,
can I talk?
Yeah, what you got, Bill?
Yeah, go ahead. You're going to anyway.
No, I think he's upset now. I think you made him mad.
Oh, I didn't hurt Bill's.
Don't pat. Don't pout. Talk to us.
All right, guys. It's Bill Strong at Watkins Glen International, sitting at the end of pit lane, and I'm really upset because the guys wouldn't let me talk. And we got our pace car going offline now. We're taking off. We got a nice little wind out of the south. It's nice and cool, low 60s. Perfect day for racing. Little overcast sky. Got over 100 cars starting this morning. Not really many, but there's a lot this morning. Racing down to the end of pit lane to get the perfect starting position. This is up by fearless leader Mike Chisholm. Everybody went back to their pit lane, and then they could not come back on until the pace car came down pit lane. Then I swear it was like a drag race down here, following the pit car. You probably heard Royce Julio maybe that wasn't pretty. The Mercedes goes by me. They've got an exposed radiator as they got to a crash during Friday's test day. They did not race yesterday. They have no front bumper on that, so that's going to be interesting. Mike was concerned about that radiator getting damaged and causing a water slide on the track. My picks this weekend, you guys got to pick yours. Of course, it's going to be Biohazard. He's won here 4 times out of 6. Stays out there, he's going to be up to the top. But if anything happens to that MR2, which does have some issues here at this track, I'm going to pick Jackie X. Number 66 car is the overall winner today. That's my pick. These guys are veterans. They've come close many times, and I think they can do it at this track with their race technique, their racecraft is really top notch. Cars coming down pit lane. There's one car, the Junk Player Special, getting his car started, so they're having to push him back. Here comes the Toyota MR2 down pit lane. We talked with them last night.
Uh-oh. Bill, come back to us, Bill. I didn't mean anything I said.
That over the next couple of weeks for their next race. Back to you guys.
All right.
As I get on
All right, Bill.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks for that. So
hey, Bill.
We heard part of it. Obviously, the sound was he was getting drowned out by the cars a lot, but I think I could hear his. Did you catch what his picks were?
I think he's solidly in Troy's camp.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, it's a fast car. There's no question about it. I've got some other picks.
I picked Biohazard as number one, and if he does have any of those typical Toyota MR2 problems, I picked Jackie X, the 66 car. They have great racecraft.
Yep.
They've got a lot of experience. It's a family team. They do everything. Everybody comes out, and they're my favorite today.
Absolutely. Good pick. Both those cars are pretty strong. So we're riding on board with E-Racing, and Alon is behind the wheel. Now, this is a car, when it's working, he's fast. He moved up so many positions so quickly yesterday. So, I think if he plays it right, he's got a pretty good chance of a strong finish. So you got to go with the proven winners. So
I got to go with Arbank. I just think they've got the equipment, they've got the drive, they know how to win this race, they've got the reliability.
Yep, absolutely.
So
I agree, but I think they just won too many races. It's time for somebody else to do it.
There's no such thing as winning too many races. What kind of statement is that?
Well, I say it to Troy all the time, but
oh, okay.
I'm going to be the David Hobbs. I'm going to go with what's most likely, and we'll just see how this plays out.
I'm telling you, another car that's pretty strong here was Tuttle was looking good yesterday too.
Yeah, Basilwini. Yeah.
Yep.
Ambrose. We had a lot of strong cars coming up the field.
Simon Says. Come on.
Yeah. Simon Says is back out again today. They really did underperformed. They've definitely got the legs to win this race.
Basilwini, another fast car.
Yep.
Hey, can I do a sound check real quick?
You sound a little loud, but yeah, you're good.
That's pretty much normal, isn't it?
You're talking about from your camera?
Yes, from the camera.
The audio we got from the camera, just a second.
Test. Test. That's on the headset.
Test. That's on the headset.
Hey.
It doesn't normally do that, but I turned. I think the gain was down on the amp for the microphone.
All right, so cars are rolling around here on this 3.37 mile road course. We're just moments away here from getting started.
Hey, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think one of the things I'd personally like to see, I'd love to see that center-seated Volkswagen at some point today. I know you're going to be working pit row, so...
Yeah, I'll send you some video. I actually took some video of the car last night and a bunch of pictures. It's a pretty neat car. We actually had a little meeting about it last night. I really can't talk about it too much, but it's a spec series in Europe where they race it. It's like the Volkswagen Family Fun Cup or something like that.
Right.
$30,000 spec chassis, FIA approved. It's been approved here in ChumpCar. It's a B-class car, even though he's running EC. It's a 150 horsepower VW Golf engine, spec sealed.
Right.
And it runs north-south in the chassis. It's a VW pan with a cage welded to that, and then a fiberglass body over it. So all the parts are available here in the States with Series 1 and Series 2, I think they call them, Volkswagens. And it's a pretty cool setup, and it's fairly inexpensive for what you get. It's a fully race-ready vehicle. They tried to get the series started here in the States in 2009, but the economy kind of crashed, and that ruined everybody's fun. But there's a whole bunch over here, and we're going to invite them to come out and race with us. Currently, they would run an EC class, but there'll be some discussion on where we would place them.
Sure.
But, it's a neat car. It weighs 1,750 pounds, and race ready. And they ran in NASA and SCCA. The guy said that those series said they were a bit too slow for what they were put in. So they're looking to race here with us, and we're like, come on out and race, boys.
Come on. It can't be any slower than that Opal.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually about the same speed as a Miata, so, you know, wouldn't that be cool? You're sitting in your super fast Miata and there's this little bug sitting behind you just bouncing through the corners.
It just looks so cool.
Yeah, the seat is sensor mounted in the chassis.
Yeah.
It's totally, like I said, FIA approved, and it's ready to race out of the box.
Yeah, if you can sneak down there on one of their pit stops, I'm sure everybody would love to get a little bit closer look at it.
Yeah, we can do that. That's way down there. But yeah, we can do that. I'm on pit
all
lane.
day to work there.
Yeah, I'm on pit lane today, guys. I'm not going to play around with cameras. I think you guys are more interested in the, you know, how the world turns with these pit guys in pit lane. Especially since yesterday, everything was so darn close. I'd like to apologize for any cussing I did last night during our pit walk or our paddock walk. That was uncalled for, and I'm really sorry. Like I said, I sometimes slip up.
Well, you get excited.
Yeah.
You're an excitable boy.
I get tired. I have no filter. Sorry.
I don't start with one, so I'm surprised I still have a job today.
I'm a really bad rated R movie.
All right, see, Simon says they're cinching down their belts.
Yep, getting ready for another 7-hour
Bill,
race.
Do we have Andrea up in race control?
I believe we do, or she will be up there. Andrea, wave at me if you're up there.
I texted her, but on our little text feature there. So there's that Jackie X car right up.
Yeah, she's up there, or Mike's up there. Dana and Mike, and I think Andrea. Yep, they're up there. All right, guys, get ready. Everybody's standing up in the booth, so that means something's going to happen.
All right, Bill.
Pace car is off. Pace car is off. We got Robin Banks on the right, and the 66 car on the left. Here we go.
Everybody's standing up in the booth, so that means something's going to happen. Pace car is off. Pace car is off. We got Robin Banks on the right, and the 66 car on the left. Here we go. Green flag racing.
And there it is. We're green flag racing today at the Sahlens Chumpyard Dog at the Glen ChumpCar double 7-hour endurance race at Watkins Glen International. We are day 2. On board with the E-Racing team and their BMW E30. Elon at the wheel right now. Threading that very fast BMW through traffic as they head up through the S's here, up into turn 3. Driver on the left staying left, allow him through there. It's normally an area where you let the car track out. Neon doing the same. Normally they line up to the left here. Now braking down into the inner loop. This is the bus stop that was put in. Going around the outside of, looked like that was the Saab of R-Bank there. So starting off aggressively here, running through the outer loop here on the outside. There's lots of room through this area. Now down through the chute, heading into the boot. This is turn 6. Blind exit. Keeps the car left as he's accelerating down here. Still taking it sort of easy, but aggressively making moves on the cars ahead. Heading through the toe of the boot, you can see how steep the elevation change is here. A little misshift there. Now the track flattens out as you head down to the heel of the boot, turn 8. Not a 90-degree corner. It's rather tight through here. And now that blind turn 9, very important turn. Difficult to see the exit. This is all about car setup through here. Not much room at the exit. The wall is right there. Just a tap of the brakes from the car up ahead. A little unusual. It's set up for turn 11. This will take him onto the front straightaway. He's going to go down the inside. And back onto the front straightaway. Now we move over to Junction Autosport in the number 818 car. Looks like their camera might be a little high, but we get a little bit of an idea of what the driver's doing as they work through this course. Jackie Yates machine, number 935. Already scored in third place. You can really hear those tires protesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe a
That
little
brought me out of my
understeered.
slumber here.
Ask Andrea if they put in the MOV laps from yesterday, because that means that Jackie Hicks is in second.
Let's see.
He's currently behind that, I believe that's the D-Class Nissan 300ZX. Now, Team Jackie Yates, of course, running a C-Class Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Looks like we've got an engine failure in turn 1, unfortunately.
Yep. Big old puff of smoke, and yellow flag instantly came out.
Oh, there's a ton of fluid on the track, Bill, between 1 and 2. Ugh, what a mess. This is going to slow things down. They're going to have to clean that up. I mean, it was so much. I could see it through the driver's window
Wow.
of this guy's car. It was really shiny, really bad.
Well, you know,
Fortunately, it's driver's right.
All equipment is built with a certain amount of smoke built into it. You let it out, it never works again.
That's right. Oh, well, at least it would look like most of it was driver's right, so we'll get that cleaned up. Right now, there's still full course.
We're going full course here in a minute.
They're going to throw that yellow because they can't get out there and clean that with you know, being green like this. So here's a look at the scene of the crime down there is just after turn 1, and there's the Pontiac on track there just to the right. It's good to see those guys are out there.
So Andrea says
Pace car's headed out. Pace car's headed out.
What's that, Doc?
Andrea says the only car that has a MOV from yesterday is the Robin Banks car, and that's 1 lap.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was leading this race position-wise, so that means he's down a lap.
Right. So this might be
Full course yellow.
This might be a good time to talk about it, Bill. Or is this race going to be scored as the cumulative of both days?
Oh, no, you know what?
I'm pretty certain Mike does not do that. That's Mike Morrison does that.
Right.
So what we're going to be doing is it's 2 separate races.
Okay.
Did you guys, while you two were talking, this Elon just passed one of the competitors under the yellow.
Uh-oh.
He went by the flag stand. The double yellows were displayed. And the yellow car, sorry to cut you off, the yellow car passed them back before they made it to the next flag stand. This could be a black flag for both of them.
Well, I see what race control decides.
Yeah.
Because all they're going to hear from the corner worker is yellow past, or 890 past the yellow car, and the yellow car past the 890.
Yeah, here comes Ella right now with the yellow car in front.
Yeah, the yellow car retook that position. We'll see how this shakes out for these two guys. At least it happened early. I'm surprised he missed that. It was, our perspective is different from the driver's perspective. They're inside of a helmet. They've got, right? I mean.
Well, and Andrea says we likely won't black flag since it was given back.
And we're getting a message from her that the 960 car was the one that had a failed engine.
960 would be the PLC. That's that 90 Integra.
Oh, boy.
Wait, was that one of the guys that was redoing their engine last night?
Oh, boy, I don't remember, Bill.
Yeah, that information we don't have.
That was a segue, but yes.
Oh, so the answer is yes to that. Okay. Yes, in fact, it was, Bill. Thanks for bringing up that point.
So this is cool. The two team cars are both behind the pace car. That's we're in the 935, and that's the 66 in front of us. So cool.
Well, we'll take this opportunity to take a look at our timing and scoring as things stand. There we are. We got Beast Mode Racing leading the way, and they're 93 in Acura.
Yeah, I didn't see them on camera, though, so.
Team Jackie Yates in second and third, as Doc just mentioned. Ecotech Miata, look at that, back up in the top 5. This time they're really within striking distance. Tuttle Motorsports, and it's all going to be about fuel, he said yesterday. You remember that?
Yep.
P6 942 Team Sahlens. This is the Sahlens, rather. This is the catch-up car. In P7 Team Troxel. In P8 R-Bank Racing. In P9 McKibben's Biohazard Racing MR2. In P10 Tuttle Motorsports. They're Mitsubishi.
So I'm just going to guess that. In fact, we've heard that. The R-Bank, their one-lap penalty, they started near the front, and I don't know if it was the 190 or the 90, if I got those numbers right, but looks like his margin MOV penalty has been assessed, so he dropped off our leaderboard.
Okay.
So it looks like from timing and scoring, we had 88 cars started this morning.
Yeah, we've got a few in the pits. The black MR2 that I worked on yesterday, I forget the number, sorry. But he just came in. The car's smoking a little bit as he came down pit lane. We have the 260 Nissan in pit lane. The driver's complaining of the whole front end, making a massive noise, bouncing. So they've got the left side of the wheels off, and now they're locking it all back up. Doesn't look like they found anything, but I told them, just tell the driver to go faster. They said they did. Driver really complained after that. So, these drivers, they complain about everything.
All right, Bill. Thanks for that. You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. So we are here at Watkins Glen International. We are under yellow as unfortunately one of the cars lost an engine just a few minutes into the race this morning. So cars are still on track circulating, but we are under caution right now.
Hey, we're missing the Robin Banks car, the Saab. It's gone.
Well,
which one? They got two of them.
The black guy, the old Saab.
See, I do really well with numbers.
We saw
the Saab 99.
Yeah, we saw 99. One of them being passed.
The 90 car.
No, it wasn't in line. I didn't see it.
Huh?
Like it didn't roll out.
No, it was leading the race.
Okay, so you did see it.
At one point.
Somebody make up my mind.
Well, maybe I was looking at the wrong side, wrong end of my bifocals, but I swear I did not see him at the lead of the pack.
Okay, well,
he may be at the back end. He may have gained his lap back now.
He's in 76th position, and he's got 2 laps in. It looks like his second lap was his best.
Yeah,
lap.
I think I figured it out. They picked the leader up of the race, and now he just made his lap back.
Well, that makes sense because since his margin of victory lap was applied against him, he wasn't the leader.
He's going to win this race.
Yeah, that just changed everything right there. This yellow flag.
Oh man!
Can I redo my picks?
No. Nope. You're stuck with it.
All right, folks.
Made your bed, you got to lie in it, Bill.
One of the things we didn't talk about too much yesterday was Maxxis Tire. And Maxxis Tire is one of our awards sponsors. And so the deal is, as I understand it, if you're wearing a set of Maxxis tires on your race car and you win the race, get a free set of Maxxis tires. So Maxxis Tires sponsoring ChumpCar as one of our award sponsors. And we sure appreciate those guys. Maxxis Tire, we've got, give me just a second. Oh, here we go. Maxxis Tire International is committed to delivering high-performance, affordable tires to the world.
Yeah, they do truck tires, motorcycle tires, bicycle tires, and now pickup truck tires and performance tires. They were actually won a race here a couple weeks ago at COTA. Second place car also had them, and they liked them.
Yeah.
We might have a problem on the M Brothers Racing, their BMW that overtook that 66 car on the last corner of the last lap yesterday. I'm showing he's only done 3 laps, whereas most of the field, if not all of the field, has done 4 laps. So.
All right, so if anybody is watching in the pits, watching our broadcast, we're getting a message from the control tower that they are seeing lots of passing under yellow. So you might want to just make your drivers aware before they roll out that we're probably going to see some more yellows today, and you're going to want to be particularly careful when you head into the corners that you're not yellow. Because you can be sure they're going to start lowering the boom if it keeps happening. So, hate for that to happen, anybody. So we're 15 minutes into this race today. Here at Watkins Glen, I'm your host, Paul Veltum, joined by Doc Waldrop of Brew Crew Racing and Bill Strong, who is trackside.
So we got our usual suspects on Facebook, a couple of them. Ben Dawson, he's going to be racing with Tyler with us at NCM. So we got Greg Craddock. Greg's with E-Racing's team. He's following us along. And guys, we would love it if you would share this on your Facebook.
All right, get ready, guys. Get ready.
Yes,
on your personal pages.
Looks like we're going to be going green here shortly.
I got thumbs up in the tower there, and they pulled in the flags. Green flag is in hand.
So I got a small correction from Race Central. Looks like we had 90 cars turned, took lap 1. So.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better.
That's encouraging.
So
that's good to hear.
190, that's good.
No, not 190, Bill. It's not.
Remember, I'm marketing now, so I have to pump it up a little bit, you know.
Ah, gotcha.
So a little bit.
Pace cars in. Pace cars in. Here we go.
So we're on board with the number 66 Jackie Yates team and their Mitsubishi 3000 GT coming around on the front straightaway. They should be taking the green. There's the pace car going in.
Okay, so I guess that is the beast mode car right there to the left.
So he's in second spot. He's looking to take the lead here. And oh, come on, camera, keep going.
Come on, camera, come on.
Oh no, he's trying to hang with him here through turn 1.
Yeah, that's beast mode up there. I didn't see him when we had the other camera shot. I just thought it was the two Jackie X cars.
The tunnel car is right behind him, and he dove down and I don't know what happened after that, but he made up a lot of ground on that dive into turn one.
Yeah, he was running in fifths at the time, so come on, Cameron. Come on. And some of the forum regulars were commenting yesterday that they thought we were doing a great job. They said some of the videos a little choppy and stuff. Well, folks, we have no control over that. It's really basically how much bandwidth we get. When we do these
so on that, it seems like the local internet service providers don't exactly ramp up the power except during the NASCAR and IMSA events. So keep sharing these videos. Maybe we can get Verizon and Sprint and AT&T to notice that, hey, we have a lot of people out here want to use your service and pump up that power. And this is at all tracks, guys. We need lots of bandwidth at the tracks with everybody running telemetry and cell phones, cameras, and all kinds of other stuff, technology in their cars. So give us some bandwidth, folks.
Well, and you know everybody in the pit's watching our broadcast because that's the only way they can figure out what's going on. So, you know, when we...
That's right. It's actually changed the way that teams race now, having all this information. Used to be you had a pit board, and that was it.
That's it.
Well, we had stopwatches, too. That was what we
those
used.
things have a lot of moving parts.
Whoa! We got really loose there coming through. Looks like turn 9 there, Doc.
Yeah. That's dang near a tank slapper, as we used to call them in motorcycling.
Just can't seem to hang with beast mode.
Beast mode. Beast mode is out front still. And Jackie X is about 250 meters behind him.
Did you say meters, Bill?
Sorry, about 150 meters.
He did say meters.
We're near Canada. We have to talk like this.
Oh, that's true. And we got a lot of Canadian racers out there.
Yeah, so currently hanging on to second spot. Now look what's happening here.
So Biohazard actually gave me a little tip this morning. Said he was going to go all out. He asked me, is this all going to be on and live? Because he is going to drive extremely excessive, he said. Extremely, not excessive. What's that called?
Aggressive.
Extreme. Yeah.
Aggressive, Bill.
Yeah, aggressive. That's the word. Sorry. It's early. I only had one cup.
Oh, that's a shame. I think I saw the same thing you did, Paul, there out of that last shot out of the 66 car. Looks like the car in front of him, I don't know if that was a back marker, but he slowed dramatically.
That was what I was thinking, too.
Well, the 775 is coming down pit lane here, and he's got a huge amount of water coming out from that radiator. He left a big line of fluid down pit lane.
Oh, is that the Grand Prix?
Yes, sir.
So the 236 car, the 04 Miata of Cargo Racing, is coming into the pits for for violating a yellow flag. Oh no, we're in the grass in Team Punisher, trying to get by one of the slower cars. Didn't quite see him, or just didn't expect him to try to make a move on the outside here. This looks like through the sweeper. Heading down to the chute here for the boot. Team Punisher in that Porsche V8.
Yeah, Beast Mode has really extended their lead now. Tuttle is right behind the 66 car, and he's going to make a diving. Yep, he's diving in for the pass. He got it. Turn one.
Well, I'm showing on timing and scoring that the Exotech Miata has also passed the Jackie X car and running in second to Beast Mode.
Yeah, so there's unfortunately all we're getting right now from...
So Ella's making ground, and so is the Simon Says car, which is ahead of Ella.
Hey, Bill, can you hear us all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay. So the number 66 car, obviously we're only getting stills, but back on board with the
moved up to 22nd. That's Alon's car. Affectionately.
The number four car just went behind the pit wall.
That's the Mopar for Life car.
So here's a look at your current running order with Beast Mode Racing. Just going across the start-finish line here a little bit ago. So far they got their lap times down to a 2:17 with that last lap, Doc, with Ecotech. Look at that, right behind them. And then Team Jackie Yakes in the 66 car. Tuttle Motorsports in 4th that last time through. Bill's saying he made that pass. So we'll see what happens when they come back around. And McKibben's Biohazard MR2 in 5th.
What are their times?
I'm sorry?
McKibben's time was a 2:23.28.
Wow, Troy needs to step it up if he wants to win this.
Considering Beast Mode's hauling at a 2:17, yeah.
Yeah, Troy Trulio is in the car.
Well, guys, remember, it's not all about the fastest car. It's who's going to be here at the end of 7 hours.
Yeah, true enough.
All right, Beast Mode's come up on some traffic right now.
Alon was trying to give somebody a pass by on the right, but they just didn't have enough confidence going in there.
Right.
Tuttle is in second now. It has to be.
Yep.
Yep, Tuttle's in second with the Miata right behind him.
Yep, they are indeed.
And the other Tuttle car, the 107, is about, I would say, 10 seconds back. So they're catching as well. And Ella is catching, Simon says. He's pulled about probably 10 or 15 car lengths to him. He's reeling them in.
He has moved 24 positions since the beginning of this race. On board now with E-Racing. And he is pushing. This car is going through turn 1 here into turn 2, getting ready to go up through the S's here at Watkins Glen International for this 7-hour endurance race with ChumpCar World Series. Makes the upshift to from 4th to 5th as he heads down the back straight, this fastest section of the racetrack here.
You know who we haven't talked about much is Most Mint Racing. That Saturn has done well in the past. They don't do that many races per year, but they did really well at Charlotte, and I think Nelson Legends as well.
Wow. Elon made easy work of Simon Says coming out of the sweeper, just passing him on the outside.
Yeah, most men had a pretty decent run yesterday, finishing 18th. I know they were at, weren't they at Charlotte with us last year, Bill?
Yeah, they finished right behind me.
So, yeah, we don't see too many Saturns in the race.
No, they've been racing that a few years, man, and it's well sorted.
Yeah.
Back on board with Simon Says here.
That's Ella right in front of him, erasing that white BMW on the right.
Yep. Yeah, the 108 has pulled away from the number 7 Miata, the Ecotech, and Bio catching them both.
So these two very strong competitors here this weekend. Very
Look at
close
that
one.
move from
Ella
Alon.
goes wide, trying
Way
to get
over
around.
on the right.
Lots of runoff room between 10 and 11, but it's also very aggressive curbing over there. Makes use of it, and it pays off.
Ella's got 3 cars in front of them, just pulled out wide, and the Nissan pulled out with them. They were going 3 wide into 1, and Ella made it in front of all of them.
Yep. He had all 4 wheels on that rumble strip. God, this is great. See, folks, you just turn off Formula One right now. You might as well do it. Like I said, we got more passes in one corner on one lap than Formula One will have all race long.
Up ahead, one of the cars with that nice wing on the back there. Number 50 coming in for passing under yellow, passing 2 cars.
Number 86 Miata just pulled in, or 861.
Thanks for sharing our feed there, Denise. We appreciate it. If everybody's watching would share our feed on Facebook, our numbers go up and they let us stay on air longer before we have to reboot. So share it to your personal pages, share it to your team pages. So keep us on.
Yeah, and remember, guys, you can also you can also watch this on your smart television. Go to YouTube and search for ChumpCar World Series. You can watch us on the big screen. Also, please like our YouTube channel. It is very important that you like our YouTube channel because Mike told me so. And Mr. Chiswick, is my boss, and Paul's and Doc's boss. And we really need to make him happy. When there's a happy Mr. Chiswick, everybody in the company is happy. So please like our YouTube channel.
We do like a happy Mr. Chiswick.
All right, Biohazard is coming up on the Ecotech. He's about 100 meters, about 75 meters away, and he brakes a lot later than the Ecotech.
On board back with
if you've ever been in attendance of one of Mike's Come to Jesus meetings, like at Road Atlanta, we've had a couple of those. We're subject to the same abuse by Mike, so and you don't want to see that. You don't want that to happen to us. So,
and we're on board on the e-racing machine as they went by that VW Bug, chasing down Charcoal of the Sahlens Racing Team, our race sponsor this weekend. Down into one, trying to get around one of the slower cars, and they almost cut back in front of them. Fortunately, driver stayed left as we're heading up through the S's again.
We got a few teams that are showing up here that, every half hour I write down the order so I can write these race recaps. So we got a couple of new teams up there that we haven't seen yesterday. The number 649, the Go Racing, that's a Honda Civic. We got the Bonehead Brigade running in 9th currently in a BMW E46. I think Team Troxel was up there yesterday. In fact, I'm sure he was. That's number 325. 325.
The Robin Banks car just went by in there, the old Saab, and he was passing people like crazy.
One of the other cars we didn't see too much of yesterday, I think they had a pretty good finish, was the number 169 Fast Hog. That's another BMW 325. So there's some new faces up near the front. See if they can stay there today.
Yeah, Terry, thanks for sharing us on Facebook. We appreciate that. Glad to hear you're watching on TV and your computer, David. That's cool. I know you can watch, if you can web browse, you can watch our race online. You can go to the ChumpCar /live page, watch us there, watch us on our YouTube channel, and like that.
The nice thing about YouTube is you can decrease the quality of the video to match your bandwidth, so you can watch it more streaming instead of choppy too, which is nice.
Well, Bill, if you send everybody over to YouTube, I got nobody to chat with on Facebook, okay?
Oh, go open up a YouTube chat box too. That'll help us. I forgot to tell you about that.
I can't. I got more windows open than I know what to do with right now.
What you need is more to do, Doc.
What's that?
That's exactly what you need. More to do.
Oh yeah. Because
guess what? That Mercedes is still out there with that exposed radiator, and he is fast down the front straightaway.
That car was fast at Coda.
We're on board with the Simon Says Racing Machine, currently in 20th position.
And he just goes by.
With the fastest lap of a 2:25.
They do well with their fuel stops. They can extend that fuel way out there.
You talking about that 190 Mercedes there, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Pilot Simon says they can extend their fuel way out. But that's how they win a lot of these races, the strategy and when they pit and how long they can run on a tank of fuel.
Right.
They may not pull the fastest laps, but they just stay out there.
Well, I mean, I assume he can do 2 hours, right?
I'm guessing so, because we've tried to go 2 hours and they've stayed out. So, yeah, they can go pretty far.
So looking at your top 10, it's Beast Mode Racing, still leading the way with Tuttle Motorsports in second. The Ecotech Miata in third. Troy's McKibben's Biohazard Racing in fourth. Fast Hog 95 BMW 325i in fifth. The Jackie Yates Team Car number 66 in sixth. Team Troxel in seventh. The other Jackie Yates Team Car, the number 935 Mitsubishi in eighth. The RBankRacing.com Saab 930 Turbo in ninth. That's the 195 car. And Bonehead Brigade, I'll get it out, in 10th.
That was nice.
So there you go. A look from our tower cam looking...
Troy is right on the Ecotech's rear bumper, right on it.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. There's a look at the front straightaway. You saw the green MR2 going by. That's the one that Bill's referring to.
Okay, so we had the number 90 car. That's the R-Bank Racing Saab. He got his hard lap back during that first full course yellow. So he started at the absolute tail end of the field, which was what, about 90 cars or so. He has now moved. He has now moved up to 34th position. So he's passed some 50 cars.
I like Eddie's response. So who are we, chop liver? You mean we're nobody to chat with? Is that what you're saying? I like it.
No, Eddie. I'm not saying. I'm just saying Bill's sapping my audience away.
Sapping indeed. So apparently we've got a car stranded in turn one.
That was my game plan this weekend. Hey, so I saw something interesting as Ella went by. So Ella was side by side with the car. It looks like he was going to nose ahead of him. He got his rear bumper almost to the guy's rear tire. And they looked like they were going to collide as they came up on the 400-foot mark. And as they, we got yellow flag, double yellow. As he came up to the 400-foot mark, it's like Ella started to hit the brakes, and the other car took off and just did not. He late braked really late, and Ella had to pull him behind him. But it was close. It looked like somebody was going to touch somebody there.
Yeah, we're getting a message that they got to retrieve somebody from turn one, which I had seen somebody several laps ago on the outside up against the guardrail in the sweeper. That's the outer loop. Now she's saying we've got somebody that's been sitting there for 13 minutes or so. I think that's who they're probably talking about.
All right, so the 108 car, the 7 car, and the 381 car, they're nose to tail now. And this restart's going to be pretty interesting. Who's going to have the best drag strip race start? I'm wondering if Troy can actually reach some pedals to do that.
Yeah, he did remember to put the blocks on those pedals, right?
I think so. Did you see my interview with him last night at the end?
No.
Oh, it was funny. I was interviewing Mike Chiswick, who is like 6 foot huge, and Troy Chilio, which is like 5 foot nothing. And I could only have the camera at one level. So, of course, my boss, I put it up high for him. And I'd swing the camera over to Troy. When Troy would speak, and all you saw was his forehead. I'm going to cut that out when I get home. And I don't think Troy knows about it yet.
Ella's coming in the
Troy's
pits.
kids.
Ella's coming in the pits.
Yep, I see him. See him.
He's signaling to somebody. He has a question. He had contact with a car. He's saying, turn up the
I
audio.
had contact with that car, that's why I came in.
What'd you have? Was it your fault or whose?
Huh?
Whose fault was it?
I can't hear you.
They did not touch. From my point of view, they did not touch. But
No, he's
Flagger
saying
may have
there
seen
was
something
contact. He is saying there was contact.
Oh, okay.
The driver's confirming contact.
In the front.
Was it the?
He was
Where did he hit?
Contact in the front.
Ah, interesting.
He's trying to come in and serve. It sounds to me like he's trying to come in and serve his black flag before he's been given the black flag.
Well,
Yeah, you never, ever, ever do that.
ever do that. You never know. It might not have been called in. It might have been so incidental that the corner workers missed it. I mean, I admire his honesty, but
Yeah, and the other thing is too, it's actually a good thing when they come in, they can settle down a little bit because that really gets the adrenaline flowing.
sure.
And, with newer drivers, that's probably a wise thing to do.
Yeah, but this is Alon behind the wheel. This is
Like I said, a new driver. I'm kidding. Alon's a good driver. Raced with him for a long time.
So what we're seeing here, guys, is Alon pulled up. They let him go. They didn't hold him for very long at all. And he pulled up alongside the charcoal team and waved an apology verbally and then drove on down pit road. So apparently
he
there
just
was
went by
contact.
and the car looked okay. So
There must have been contact with the charcoal car or something close to that.
charcoal's changing a tire.
So maybe they got pushed off, hard to say.
Well, charcoal was changing a tire, so he's on his way out now too.
So there's more to this story. We'll catch up with these guys later on in the pits and find out what took place exactly from their perspective. And yeah, the story.
Where's
continues.
Ella? What pit is Ella in?
Just a moment. Doc has that.
Oh, yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Please say like 22.
Just a second.
Hang on. Gosh dang.
So while we're looking that up, the
E-Racing is in pit number 23, Bill.
Yes, it's right across from me. I'll go right over there.
So the Boogeyman Racing Team, car number 78, is being towed in. And that is likely the car that was stranded. I believe we were seeing turn one was what we were told. I saw a car right up here at driver's left at one point, so I'm not sure if that was, I don't know, but I don't see it there now, so that's good.
And don't get me wrong.
Okay, I got E-Racing down here.
Go ahead, Bill.
Oh. Okay, I got E-Racing down here.
Uh-oh.
What happened, man?
He said that our driver told us that the black car in front of them, I guess it's the Sahlens charcoal car, he parked it a little bit in the corner in front of them and he made a minor contact in the back of the car. So we just came in to hopefully try to avoid a penalty, and they talked to him and they came in as well and they let him go. So
Cool.
it was a minor contact from what I understand.
Yeah, it looked like the Sahlens car changed to right rear tire.
Okay. Hopefully not too much damage.
Yeah.
We lost.
All right. Well, it looked close down there. So what I saw was he braked. They got side by side, and then the E-Racing car broke a little early, and the other car came over a little bit and braked late, and so. But yeah, it just looked incidental, but
unfortunate, but it was minor. So
yeah. All right. Good. Everybody's okay.
So Andrea's telling us we're going back to green pretty soon here. And don't get me wrong, I think it's great that Alon came in, but I tell my drivers, if you don't get a black flag, stay out. The corner workers can't see everything. If it's that incidental a contact, they might have missed it. So, I mean...
Well, and you could play the devil's advocate here and say that it's actually a shrewd maneuver to come in at that moment, knowing the earlier I serve the penalty, the quicker I get back out. And of course,
Plus, he did it under his own account, under a yellow flag.
He did it under a yellow flag, and he doesn't know he's probably, it's a preemptive strike. If I come in now, maybe they're going to give it to me anyway, kind of thing.
I can't disagree with y'all either.
I mean, it's actually better to take the penalty under yellow. If anything, you go half a lap down, maybe, or maybe a lap. Under green, you could go down a lot more than that.
So here's the question: when
Certainly
you come under
true.
yellow, well, here's a question for you guys, because I don't know. If you go under yellow in this situation, you're passing under yellow, or maybe there's contact. In this case, before the yellow, will they black flag him during the yellow flag, or will they wait till it's green?
Normally they wait till the green because they're too busy. The race control's handling the yellow flag, or the yellow incident, and they've got to keep all the workers safe. So that's all they do up there. They may get there, they have to deal with the passing under yellows and that kind of stuff. Afterwards, then they start doing the black flag. That's from what I've seen over the years.
Right. So it looks like E-Racing now is in 42nd position. So.
Yep, he just went by with the charcoal right behind him.
So I mean, he's got a lot of cars to pass again. So it's not that big a deal. He's certainly proved he can do that.
Okay, I'm coming down here to turn 1, the end of pit lane, so I'll have a nice view of this drag race.
Okay, so we're seeing that car number 901 is going to be black flagged for passing under yellow. And we got a message from Andrea that they do wait till they go green before they black flag for penalties.
So even if he came in on his own, they may actually bring him back in. I don't know, but think about it.
Yeah.
That would be the fair thing to do.
Yeah, actually it would be, which goes back to what you guys said earlier. You may not want to pit, especially if you've had contact and then suddenly there's a yellow. It's a very unusual situation, of course. Probably, putting all that together in your head in a moment. But yeah, that may actually make it much far worse for him.
All right, I got the camera sitting on the end of the wall here looking at turn 1, so this could get interesting.
All right, Bill, we'll be going to that camera here shortly.
Remember, I've got a 20-second delay or something like that, so I'll let you know when the green flag flies.
All right, so there's our current running order as things stand right now at 9:46 in the morning here at Watkins Glen International. Stick with us, folks. You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. Of course, we are here on this Memorial Day weekend, and we would be remiss.
I hear them revving up. I hear them revving up.
Say, Bill, just a second.
Pace cars in. Pace cars in.
I'm pretty sure you can't hear us at all.
I can hear you.
Okay, we're over here finishing thoughts and so forth. So, all right. So pace car is in. So this is heading down into turn 1 here. Oh, well, we lost that feed, so go back inside the e-racing machine. But yeah, this is Memorial Day, and we just want to say thanks to all of our families out there whose loved ones served in the military and paid the ultimate price. And we're so grateful for you and the opportunity to go out and go racing, do the things that we love, and have a safe place to lay our head at night. So we honor you with this today.
So Eddie, boy, I'm not going to even try your last name, Eddie. I'll give it a shot. It's Walczzyk. That's a lot of consonants there. He can promise more viewers if we can give us some updates on the Martin McClure racing team, especially our buddy JP Wendell. He'll be driving around 1 p.m. or so. All right, so I looked it up. We got... It disappeared off my screen. Hang on a second.
I think they have the Camaro and the MR2, the wide-body MR2 with the 20-valve 4AG.
The Toyota's running in 73rd position. And let me see. Boy, Basilini suddenly dropped off. They're down in 75th. They were running up front. So let me find that other Martin McClure. It's a Camaro, right, Bill?
Yeah, I think it's a Camaro or Firebird. I think they brought it this weekend. They said they were. They didn't bring it to Dakota because it had some issues with overheating, and I think they were going to fix it.
Right.
They had a lot going on that weekend with their truck racing or car racing. I don't know. It's sort of NASCAR stuff they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty storied name in NASCAR. I'm looking for that Camaro.
The mustard car is catching both cars. Oh, looks like Trulio's getting passed on the inside by the Saab. I think that was a Saab. Looked like the Saab. I think when I go down to pit out, the stands actually block the cell phone tower.
Sorry, it takes me a little bit to get this information to you there, Eddie, but there's like 80 cars out here I got to scroll through.
They may have only brought one car, so I don't know.
I thought they had two, Bill. They got the Mazda Miata we've seen.
No, they got the MR2.
Or, yeah, MR2, I'm sorry.
It's a big difference.
Same thing.
Yeah, well, that is
We
true.
will have a meeting later today after this event.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to make little silhouette cards for you.
If I had $1 for every time he said Toyota
Submarine
MR2
Commander,
on the broadcast. Jeez. Well, we are on board with Tommy Gutman inside the Cool Shirt Systems Biohazard MR2. Cool Shirt stepping up and helping us out with our cameras, our camera purchases. We sure appreciate those guys.
Okay, so I don't see it is indeed a Chevy Camaro. I don't see that they started that car this morning, Eddie. So they just have the MR2 out there. At least on timing and scoring, it showed as no laps today.
What pit lane are they in?
Oh, Lord, Bill, God. Hang on.
I'll tell you what. That beast mode, man, that little VTEC motor is just screaming down the front straightaway here. And Mustard and the RX-7 is right behind him.
All right, Martin.
Oh, no, that wasn't the Saab. Sorry, that was an E36 that passed Troy. And Troy got past the Ecotec with the the orange 108 right behind him.
Tuttle.
That's Tuttle. Mm-hmm. They're currently
All
in
right,
fifth
Bill,
spot.
so the Martin McClure team is in pit 9. I hope it's a long walk for you.
No, I can point to it and probably touch it. That's how close I am.
Damn
We need to get you a grid sheet. See, or pit.
Yeah, I normally have one. I think I left it in the truck, which is way up there.
Well, yeah, and I totally spaced on getting that screen up yesterday because Andrea's like, well, I posted it, Doc. And it's like, sorry. I only got like 18 screens open here.
I'm down here with the Martin McClure guys.
Go ahead, Bill.
You got me?
Car 107 being brought in for passing 6 cars. Apparently that would be under yellow. But yes, Bill, go ahead.
You got me? Hey guys, so you got your MR2 out there. Where's the other car?
These guys got the MR2.
Oh, so your Martin McClure team, right?
Yep.
So how's the MR2 doing out there?
MR2 so far is just had to bring it in to check on something. I don't know what the status of it is just yet, but hopefully I think it should hit the track soon if it isn't out there already.
Didn't you bring another car this weekend?
Yeah, that was the Camaro we brought. I think we had another problem with that. That one's not getting run today, unfortunately, so we just got the MR2 today.
So your driver, the truck driver for Coda, told us you had some cooling issues with it, like block issues.
Yeah, I think that's what I heard too. I think it may have been, don't remember what else it was. I think oh, there's fuel level. There goes our car right now.
Yeah. I get mixed up between the two cars. All right, guys. Well, good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, that's a Martin McClure race team. They also race in NASCAR. They used to run the Kodak NASCAR car.
So we've had a request from one of our viewers, Troy there, not Troy Trulio, but if we could move the countdown clock over to the left. The other thing, we've had a request from Kent Merkel to cut Bill's mic entirely.
Yeah, I have a request for Kent Merkel. Can you put me on mute, please?
It would be my pleasure, Bill.
If Kent's looking for a job, I need a gopher for me. I would love to have him work for me. He has all the proper credentials to do that. If he's looking for some work, have him give me a call. Have him call my people.
If you had people, Bill, you wouldn't need Kent.
I love you, Kent. Not in a Tyler sort of way, but you know how it is.
That was a great picture from Coda. It was a very tender moment on pit row.
I spoke to Tyler this morning. He looked all serious and stuff. You know, like serious. Like he was out here to do a job.
He's got his game face on today.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if I'd like Tyler with a game face. It's like my wife.
So here's our top 10, folks, as things stand. Beast Mode Racing holding the lead of this race with Fast Hog behind them. McGivens Biohazard in third. Ecotech Miata in fourth. Tuttle Motorsports in fifth. Team Troxel in sixth. The number 66 Team Jackie Yates car in seventh, with their team car right behind them in eighth. Our Bank Racing in ninth, dropping 5 positions since the start of the race. Tuttle Motorsports holding strong without gaining or losing position in P10 in the 107 car. And the Bonehead Brigade car, that 99 BMW E46 in P11.
Kent has fired back, Bill.
Okay.
He said, riveting interview.
That's my job, man.
Says you couldn't afford him now.
Yeah, probably. Looks like one of the Tuttle cars is, the second Tuttle car is in black flag right now. I can't see, but it's orange and white.
It's the 107 car, I believe, Bill. He's serving a penalty for passing under the yellow like 6 cars.
Well, yeah, sometimes you gotta try it, right? That's bad. At this track, you'll get caught. You will get caught at this track. We have a lot of corner workers.
Well, and I think yesterday I heard a rumor that we caught a car or a team lying about taking fuel on pit road.
Yeah, that's a first for me. I've never heard of teams doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You mean,
today's kids, you know.
You mean you've never heard of other teams doing that?
I seriously have not heard of anybody doing that. Seriously, we've never done that. There's just no need for it.
Oh.
No.
You're going to get caught. Why would I get caught and spend all that time? And I worked really hard getting where we're at. We don't need to screw that up.
Really? I mean, everybody's got to serve 5 minutes on pit row when you take fuel.
Yeah, but serving 10 minutes really stinks.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it would be more than that.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure they slapped his hand pretty hard. I never heard about the penalty, but look, I mean, you've got pit marshals. We all talk to each other. I've worked pit out. I can pretty much tell when you come down pit row and look at your timer if you took fuel or not. And we've all got radios, so we're talking about ourselves.
Yeah, I have heard of teams double stinting. I've heard rumors about that.
Yeah.
You know, some fast guy they have, and you know. But we've never done that because usually by the end of our stint, we're ready to get the hell out of the car. So.
Right. Exactly. You know, when I've started my team, the guys were all like, "Are you kidding? We can only do 2 hours in the car at a time." And it's like, trust me, you're going to be begging to get out of that car at about 1:45.
We're on board with Team Punisher now.
Yeah, when I run out of water, I'm done.
Same thing with me and beer, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm kidding, of course.
I have no beer jokes. I'm sorry. I don't.
I'm kidding.
107's on his way back out after serving his penalty.
I mean, one of the things that I think is a great thing is that you can't crack an alcoholic beverage until the checker flag has fallen, because we can't tell if you've driven, if you're going to go back in the car. So, everybody respects that. But the deafening roar once that checkered flag falls of pop tops being, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you can't really hear the cheering of the crowd from the.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's like that beer commercial from the what's that Northwestern beer commercial?
I think it's Bush beer, because I was thinking of the same
Bush.
thing.
That's it. Yeah.
The guy out in nature and everything, and his beer drowns out everything.
No, Jeff, we can't have beer in the car.
No, we can't have beer in the car.
But thanks, Eddie, for sharing us. Unfortunately, the shares won't really keep
the Pontiac 775 is back out.
Okay. Thanks, Eddie, for sharing us on Facebook. We appreciate that. It's not going to keep us live, unfortunately, because they have a 240-minute limit on us. So, unfortunately,
You mean I've been lying to people?
Well, I think you're just misinformed. You weren't lying to them. You're not that kind of guy.
Well, that's pretty much true. That's been a goal all my life.
If we get 200 likes, we will save Doc from what? What are we saving Doc from if we get 200 likes? We'll save the little kitten.
Save the kitten?
Hey guys, I know we're probably we're at the top of the hour. We're 1 hour into this race here. Guess who is in 9th place, Bill? Just guess. Don't look.
I think the Saab.
No, in 9th place is that Mercedes 190.
And he just came by me, screaming by, passing cars as he comes down that straightaway. He's going to be up there. Those guys didn't race yesterday. So they're putting everything into it today.
Yeah, they had a little incident during testing on Friday where they wiped out the entire front end of that car. So they're running old school NASCAR short track racing. They had no front end of the car and a big old radiator out front.
Yeah, they said they had the horns on the front frame rails were completely bent over to the side. They took their pickup truck they used to tow the car with, and they yanked on it 3 times, and they pulled it out sort of straight. The alignment's still good. It all bent before the strut towers. But,
right.
Yeah, it's probably not square, and it could probably run a little better, but they're screaming up front.
All right. Bill, we need
to
take
see those guys out there.
Guys, we need to take a quick break. Stick with me just a second here. You are watching the Sahlens Chumpyard Dog at the Glen ChumpCar double 7-hour endurance race at Watkins Glen International. You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. And we're back here live at Watkins Glen International, also known as Wiggy.
Go ahead with the long one.
Okay,
you're
well,
going to do it anyway.
Skid God Sir Ouija is the race we're at today.
Hey guys, Biohazard is in 3rd, right? But those 2 cars, the 2nd and 3rd place car and the 4th place car, have really caught up to beast mode. It's like beast mode has really let off.
Yeah, I only see a 1.529 gap between 1st and 2nd. And then another 2 seconds back, and then another half a second back. So tightening up front, just like we predicted.
Yeah, Simon Says has not only dropped down the running order quite a bit, we've also dropped their camera. So we no longer have in-car camera of that vehicle. Number 408 car is disabled in the boot.
Who is?
408.
408. That is one.
That would be the Punisher.
Hey, where's Beast Mode's pit stall?
So that's Team Punisher, and the MR2 now disabled in the boot, so they'll have to pull that car off track.
What do you want to know, Bill? What pit stall who's in?
Beast Mode?
Beast Mode.
Beast Mode is in pit number 5. Dang it, is that close to you too?
I see them. They're on the wall. They're watching. They got their crew guy. Nobody's suited up yet, so they must be in like fuel conserve mode too.
So here we go. Greg Craddock, he's of course one of Alon's drivers. He said cold track equals cold beer. I couldn't agree with you more. So if we hit 200, Troy Isidore thinks I should have to drink beer from his shoe. I'll buy that. I'm game.
Yeah, you just want the free beer.
Wait, the beer's going to be free? Hell yeah, bring it. I used to drink really nice beers until I owned a race car. Now I've got to go with the PBR. It's the cheapest beer out there.
Yeah, and Kent says that my my promo music little splash that I have there is that it sounds like a golf promo spot. Well, Kent, that's because we're classy, like golf is.
Well,
So we had
Drew's
to have
point.
music that would go with that.
Drew's pointed out on Facebook that Bill needs a pit stall cheat sheet.
Really?
Well, you know, and that would be a great idea, Drew, but Bill can't read.
Actually, he could read, but he has to walk to go get it.
Yeah, I have to have more hands, is what it is. There's many women out there that had a lot of hands, but yeah, on pit lane I do not.
I think we could make something that straps around your chest and sits in front of you, like those microphone, like those harmonica holders, you know?
Oh my God! Hangs over my neck and has a little board on it.
Like a sandwich board.
Yeah.
Exactly. That would be cool. And you could have like all kinds of stuff there, maybe even an iPad.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
I don't think Bill needs any more technology.
So what will help me is that when this week we will be buying 10 more cameras for in-cars, and we're looking for sponsors for those cameras. Right now we have 3. We're looking for 7 more. Look, I can count. Basically, we will put a in-car camera in a race car, and they're $100 a race. We will put a banner on the bottom of the screen. We will show that throughout the race. We will talk about your company, and we will show the banner, and that camera is sponsored by you, the sponsor. We'll give a link to your website, and what best way to build your client base by advertising for $100 per race. You're talking about 14 hours at a weekend, 14 hours of advertising for $100, potentially hitting 150,000 plus viewers. I can't say that you're going to hit 150,000 viewers, but we have been there. So take a look. The advertising goes across Facebook and YouTube, so it's a huge audience for $100 per race.
I bet you several companies are going to jump on that. I could see Carlos Mendez with come on, help me out here. Condor Speed Shop going for that. He sells a lot of BMW parts, and there's a lot of BMWs out here. So
yep, that's right.
See him going for that.
So how do you do this? You can email info@chumpcar.com or email me direct at bill.strong@chumpcar.com, and I can give you more information if you need that. We also give you all the information on who's hitting us, not personal information, of course, but we will give you the how many people hit us, where they're from. We have a lot of folks in Australia and New Zealand that watch our webcasting, and Europe as well. Hopefully today the the Indy and Formula One will not take away our audience because, this is much more exciting and, and it's more accessible to you to advertise. So, hey, give me a call or give me an email or give info@ChumpCar.com an email and ask us about our in-car camera sponsorship.
I mean, that's an incredible deal. I can't believe you're selling us that cheap. I mean, this is entertaining.
Yes, it is.
Hey guys, the Beast Mode guys are getting suited up right now. So I'll bet you that's why they slowed down a bit, just to be in fuel conserve mode.
One of the things I've noticed, we have a new leader in this race. That'd be the number 169 Fast Hog BMW 325. And Troy has moved up to second in the McKibben's Biohazard card. So,
yeah,
and look, here it is on the screen.
Fastest lap time of the day through Beast Mode Racing with that 2:16 on lap 16.
That's still slower than that little Ecotech Mazda pulled yesterday.
I'm trying to keep up with you, Doc.
Gosh, it's impossible. Don't even try. When I get sleep deprived, the diarrhea of the mouth.
So we're on board with the Jackie Yakes team as they're working through one of the 11 corners here at Watkins Glen International.
I'm down here in Beast Mode's pit, just watching as they get ready to come in. They've got their flag man out.
We just saw there was a car stranded, driver's right, heading into the toe of the boot. So that might bring out a yellow flag as well.
Yep, might want to hold off on your pit stop for that full course yellow.
If they were watching our broadcast, they would know.
Who wouldn't watch our broadcast, Paul? Are you kidding?
Just a thought. How about our bank? How are they doing from 98th to 17th?
Oh, yeah. They're on the move.
Yeah, of course they are. There was a penalty. Would they have 1 penny lap from yesterday?
Yep.
No, that's not Beast Mode. It's number 61 that came in. Is that a...
Yeah, they're actually up to 16th now, George.
He messed with me.
So they're up to...
We all mess with you, Bill. In case you haven't noticed.
So the number 90 car is up to 16th now. They've passed 66 cars for position, not to mention back markers. And their fastest lap time so far, they just moved up a couple more spots. Now they're up in 14th with the fastest lap time of a 2:20. On that last lap through, past 2 more cars. They've passed 68 now. Whew, man. You're on the move. So what happened if you weren't here at the beginning of the race? Wasn't it the 90 car that was set back 1 lap?
Yes.
From winning yesterday. And then within 12 minutes of the start of the race, we went to yellow flag. And the pace car came out, though. The pace car came out, picked up the leader, and that gave them the opportunity to get their lap back somehow. So,
well, they weren't the leader.
They weren't the leader, but if they would have been behind the leader, they wouldn't have passed the leader to get back around.
Yes, that is true.
So somehow, wherever they split that, somehow it obviously worked to their advantage because they could catch up with the back of the field.
Right.
So they were back in like 78th spot or something, and then now we find them up in 14th spot overall.
They're plowing through the field.
Charging through the field.
Charging.
Like a pirate with the knife between their teeth.
Oh, nice analogy there.
Yeah. That's a David Hobbs. That car's still stranded driver's right going into the toe of the boot.
So another team we've been watching came in for a self-imposed contact on track. That'd be the E-Racing, Alon, and they have moved up to 33rd.
We're on board with, we got Bill's camera here down in the pits is the number 61. It's a BMW E30, it looks like.
That is indeed an E30.
Looks like they're tending to tires or something like that.
Yeah, they just did a full fuel stop, and now they're just checking the torque on the wheels. So why do the studs or lugs come loose on these wheels? I've never had to check mine on the MR2. But it seems like E30 guys always have to check their studs.
Well, we checked them too on the Miata. They would self-loosen, and I ran into it when I was working as a tech. The alloy wheels would tend to loosen a little bit as you drove on them. So, of course, typically when they leave the shop, you hammer them on so tight that they're not going to loosen. But they're
we just. I mean, the Opal actually, we lost, almost lost a wheel at Sebring because of that.
What is it with you losing wheels, Bill?
I don't know. Because we're so fast, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it.
We were talking about the Opal.
Oh, here's the...
Oh, I was talking about the Opal.
So here's Alon's in the pit. That's pretty much what he had planned on doing. So I got a...
107 or 108. 108 is slowing down on the front straight. Wonder why he did that. Now he's back up to speed. I mean, he pulled over all the way to the right, almost came to a stop at the right before the 400, or right at the 400 mark, and then sped back up. It was like he let somebody pass and go. I don't know what he did there.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay.
So Elon was in the pit. That's pretty much normally. He went a little bit longer than he told. He pitted yesterday at the 1 hour mark. So
yeah, they're taking the hood off the car right now.
So it looks like Miguel is getting in the e-racing car. So we also need to give a shout out to Richard Santiago's out there from Motorsports Media taking pictures. I know yesterday at one point he had over 3,000 images. So that's what these guys do for a living, Motorsport Media. So I know Halston's out on the IMSA circuit. I think he handles Rally World Challenge. They do a lot of work with Just Track It, getting out there. So I want to give a shout out to you, Richard.
Yeah, Richard takes some pretty awesome photos, and he worked with my daughter on her school project for taking photos at one race this year, and really upped her game. He's an awesome photographer. He takes some great shots, and he'll have those available for sale after the race. May take a few days because he has to organize them. You can contact him at MSM Motorsports Media. Just do a web search for it. They show up everywhere with images, and they're a long-time ChumpCar supplier of photography.
They also run the John Allen Special. That's a 4-car team juggernaut. They just recently added the ZMW. Oh, thanks for moving that. I'm sure Troy's going to appreciate that.
Unfortunately, it's actually in every slide, so I would have to move them anyway.
Oh well, it's not that big a deal, I don't think.
We'll move them as we get to them. I understand why he's asking for them to be moved, because on some of the slides, the overlay that's below it, which shows the driver, is covered.
Right. So Nathan Gardner is asking, will there be a race broadcast for Autobahn?
Unfortunately, no. Sorry, guys. We can't do all the races. Maybe next year, but this year we cannot. We actually extended and are doing a couple of more races that we actually budgeted for. So look for us next year at most races. Yeah, we can't do Autobahn, unfortunately, but we will be just giving updates throughout the day on Facebook. So yeah, sorry guys.
Can't put the timer back.
Stick with us, guys. We'll be right back. You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. Yeah, that's Kent and I. We have a lot of fun together on Facebook.
And Biohazard is on its way out.
So, glad you're hanging out with us today, Kent.
Did Bio get black flagged?
We've got no information on that.
Because it'd be a little early for him to be pitting, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we don't show any report from Andrea, so, and I blew it. I butchered Rich's name. It's Senato. So, and I think I knew this, but I just...
I say Sonato. You can just say
Sonato. I'm just going to call him Rich.
Ricky.
But anyway, they're gonna put...
Hey, I got the 501 car over here, guys.
Double yellow. We are going double yellow. Go ahead, Bill. Turn up your audio so we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, there's that Volkswagen.
Yeah. Okay. We're good to go.
He's talking to an MR2 team.
Rear end transmission drive check, just rear end issues. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was mechanical yesterday, but the MR2 is still running.
Whoop. So we're full course caution here. There you can see, looks like the Ella machine is in the pits right now. And the 408 car finally being picked up now from the racetrack.
Yeah, the 501 car is in here. The bug that you guys wanted me to show.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Show us what they got if you can get in there. So the Team Punisher MR2 now being picked up off the track. Your full course caution.
Oh, that thing's cool looking.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a full tube frame.
This is a 501. This is that spec car.
That is awesome.
1790 is the weight on it.
Bill, we can barely hear you.
One thing that Chump did ask is that they get rid of the solid panels and back, so they put Lexan in, and they said they're going to do that.
That car is cool. Oh, look at how the
Test.
rear window pops open.
Yeah, Bill, we hear a lot of background noise, but we don't hear you so well for some reason.
Test. How about now?
Are you using are there two microphones maybe?
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, yeah. So that's how they get to the engine back there.
Right.
You're gonna have to mute one of your microphones. We're getting you twice.
Come on, Bill. Pull it together.
All right, yeah. So that's how they get to the engine back there.
Love the Martini livery.
Yeah, that's the traditional.
All right, I got it.
there.
I can hear myself now. Sorry. I don't know what was going on there.
Cool.
My doppelganger was talking. That's a neat car. The driver sits right in the middle of the car.
Yeah. So the fuel tank must be up front there, Doc.
I would guess so.
It looks like the fuel cap right there in the hood.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yep, right there.
That is a beautiful car.
Yeah.
And don't worry, Troy, we're not going to turn this into a spec series, but we need those folks.
Yeah, little tiny exhaust system on it too. But that car is FIA homologated, so you cannot change anything on the car. It needs to stay exactly the way it is.
So the Shut Up Racing team as well being pulled in. Getting word from Andrea. There's the 442 car.
Yeah, it looks like 442 Porsche is being taken behind the wall as the driver is driving down without the without his suit on and stuff. So they're done.
That's too bad. So the 442 is another one of the Punisher cars. Here we have the
There's a
669.
669, no window net down. So let's see where they're going. The Ford SVO.
That's Team Crazy Horse. Their 85 Mustang. There's your current running order. We can go down through the running order
behind
here.
the wall. The 108 just left pit lane.
All right, Bill. Thanks for that.
Actually, it looked like they went behind the wall and came back out.
Okay. Okay, thanks for that. We're going to do a running order here. Let's do a running order. We'll do a breakdown by class. So there's your top 10 running order as it stands,
Right up.
with Fast Hog Racing leading the way, with Ecotech behind them in second, Beast Mode Racing in third, Team Troxel in fourth, and Team Jackie Yakes in the 66 car in fifth. We are full course caution. We'll go through the list here, the current running order by class. So your A-class team, or A-class sponsored by DiscoveryParts.com. Beast Mode Racing leading the way with Tuath Autosport behind them. I'm not sure why it says first, third, and fourth. But and then the Carl Nonsky Rosell Racing Honda in third or fourth. Not quite clear on that. Down to B class. Leading the way is the Ecotech Miata in second. Go Racing in P3 might be Team Junction. Not sure why our numbers are so messed up there. In C class, it's Team Troxel leading the way with Jackie Yakes number 66 car in second and Superb Racing in third.
Okay, the tow trucks are off, but the pace car stayed out.
In D class, it's Rhinoceros Racing in first with Dead Pedal Racing in second and Team Z in third as cars come into the pits now to take advantage of this yellow. In Class EC, it's Fast Hog Racing leading the way with Tomlinson Motorsports in second and Flying Burrito Boys in third.
Okay, so as on Facebook over on my MacBook Pro, Rich posted a great shot. Evidently, he was in the pace car. So, and he's got a great shot of the cars lined up behind him. Great shot of the Team Jackie Hicks cars. So he's doing a great job out there. Their pictures are phenomenal.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm sure he'll get it posted over on Motorsports Media, maybe even the ChumpCar vid. I can share it over on Brew Crew, obviously, but.
Yes, so stick with us, folks, because we're going to be giving away a ChumpCar Pace Car Ride Pass a little bit later in the broadcast. You have an opportunity to win that. Back on board with the E-Racing team and their BMW E30. As we are coming up on 10:30 in the morning here at Watkins Glen International. Down in the
took
pits
about
here with Bill.
two and a half jugs of fuel.
So this is one of the R-Bank racing machines here.
You know, you look at this car and you think how beat up it is, but it does really, really, really well.
Where are they at currently, Doc? Do you know?
The 98 car that we're looking at there?
I don't see them in the top 40.
Okay, you see how they, before they take the jug off, they're keeping the fuel, or
Sorry, I got to scroll through a lot of cars here to find them.
No, yeah.
That's a new rule for this year. They have to keep the fire guy out until all the fuel and all the fuel utensils are off the race, the pit lane.
You know, I don't see that car listed, to tell you the truth.
So it looks like their front hood is popping up a little bit. They lost a hood pin, so Robin is putting a zip tie through it to hold it down.
I don't see number 98 listed. Let me go to another sheet that I have here, and I'll see if I can find them there.
Things you do to fix a car, you know. Still plenty of time. It's a Saab 98.
Another long one.
So people talk about our 5-minute pit stops, that, oh, that's plenty of time to do it, and it would be great to just give us unlimited time to do a pit stop. Well, what happens is that if you can fuel quick, you can get it done in a matter of a minute or so for a fuel stop, and then you have 3 minutes or so to actually do work on the car like they're doing now. If we had an unlimited fuel stop, Robin would just throw that car out there with that hood like it is and just take the chance.
Yeah, it's actually a 90. That's the 90 car.
Oh, that's the 90.
They put that slash in there to make it look like a computer 0.
Gotcha. So that is the 90 car.
Yeah, so they're in 12th spot.
Thanks, Andrea.
It does look like it, yeah. Got all fancy.
People ask why our car is number 860, and of course the team name is Brew Crew Racing. So my idea when we first started is that we were going to play with our numbers a little bit, and if you're old enough, you remember being 86th from a bar.
Competition's good.
So I think Phil McKinney and Dan Diggs were not amused with that idea.
Everybody, you got your lap back. Was that a surprise you got the lap back like that?
Come again on that? What'd you say?
Oh, so when the yellow came out, you got your lap back. Did that surprise you?
Not really. That was our game plan.
Just get that lap back? And you were working your way through the field. Was it easy with these guys?
No, it wasn't. I mean, there was at times I was having to go through and weave through 5 or 6 cars, and the speed differentials, it seemed like every time I caught people was going up through the S's, and 4 wide at 100 miles an hour, a little tricky.
All right, congrats, man. You did good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, look at the congestion down at pit out. All the cars trying to get out of pit lane at the same time.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cars trying to get out. Jackie Yates' team is one of those cars pit out getting their clock picked up right now. You can see with our countdown clock, 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in today's race. Leading a 7-hour race for day 2 of our ChumpCar 777 endurance race here at Watkins Glen International.
So we're back to green flag here.
It's a good
Yeah, Andrew was commenting that I don't know why they try and run the timer down sitting at the end of pit road. It creates a traffic jam for cars whose time is up. That's certainly true, Andrew, but when I've worked pit out, and I've worked pit out several times, some of the guys get down there with like 15 seconds, and really when you tell them they got 15 seconds left on the clock, you can kind of see them visibly relax, like, okay, I got a couple of minutes, calm my heart rate down from the pit stop, and kind of mentally go over what they're going to do. I mean, it happened to me at Barber with 2 hours to go. It's an 8-hour race, so you obviously only want to do 3 stops if you can go 2 hours. And I knew I was going to get slammed, and I was the only one down there. I'm juggling like 10 timers. It's like you got 20 seconds, you got 10 seconds. And there's not really much you can do. They're playing strategy, and you want to get down there, have, like I said, you can see the drivers visibly kind of relax that, okay, I got a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to just get my head together about what I'm fixing to do. Well, so I think you can't blame them.
Well,
it's race strategy.
Right, and I think that's part of it, sure. And what Andre's trying to point out is that you've got guys arriving at pit out with 1 to 2 minutes left on their timer, and they got nowhere to go but just sit there and wait.
Yeah, what I try and do is stack up those guys on one side,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, but see, everybody wants to be on the other side.
Yeah.
As a team owner or a team principal, you have to figure out when to release your guy out there so that he gets there with nobody down there. And you need to you need to figure out when to fuel too. I mean, that's the difference between, the teams that are here to have fun or whatever, and guys that really, really want to win. They plan for this kind of stuff, and they practice it.
I could tell. I've volunteered many times. I'm doing these broadcasts now. I can tell you who's going to come in with 2 hours to go. I can just pick them out. The Jackie Hicks team. That's the team that's going to be there. They're going to get to pit row with it out with about 10 seconds on their clock.
Well, and you can be sure there's a lot of teams that are rolling their guys out. They're just trying to get them out as quickly as possible. They don't have a large team, and frankly, they don't know how much time is left on the clock.
Right.
They're just pushing the guy. They're just trying to get their car out. And I can't tell you how many times I rolled up to pit out not knowing how much time I had left.
Hey guys, I'll be offline for a few minutes. Union requires a, the Actors Guild or whatever requires a 10:30
Lord.
break for me.
Oh Lord.
All right, thanks, Bill.
I think it's AFTRA that you're looking for.
Yeah, it is after. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Not Screen Actors Guild. I forget. Different. That's my other job.
Right.
The Adult Screen Actors Guild. That might have been it.
I called you the eye candy of this this broadcast team yesterday.
Only from the forehead up.
I can't imagine what I was thinking.
Forehead up. So if you're following along with us here on our visual part of the broadcast as well, you're noticing down in the toe of the boot, there's quite a bit of debris that's been pulled off the grassy part of the inside of the corner onto the racetrack. And looks like they're just driving through it. Not really a problem, fortunately, because there's really no chance of rain, or virtually no chance of rain today. It's going to be a nice dry race. There we have a car that's off driver's right, coming through 9 there, like up in the 9A area. So that might be an issue, depending on whether or not that car is completely disabled or what they're going to do with it. And they could pull it back. So we'll have to see how things develop there for that. Team Jackie Yakes currently in P33. They started much further up, but they've kind of fallen back ways. So one time they were nose to tail, if I recall. I might be mistaken. Currently their other team car in 5th spot, with Ecotech Miata leading the way today. Beast Mode Racing in 2nd, Fast Hog in 3rd, Team Troxel in 4th, and the number 66 Mitsubishi 3000 GT of Jackie Yakes team in 5th. R-Bank Racing up to 6th in the 195 car. And the other R-Bank Racing team car, I'm not seeing it right now. So just behind the number 6, the 6th place R-Bank Racing team is the Bonehead Brigade. In P8 is the McGibbons Biohazard Racing MR2 rather. In P9 it is a Team Sahlens Ketchup car. In P10 Go Racing in their Honda Civic. And we're getting a word from Andrew. We got a car on track with a flat tire trying to hobble around the racetrack. It might have been the MR2 we saw that was just to the driver's right there, as they got a long way to go. They're just getting into the boot. Check-up braking going into the toe here. Lots of traffic. The Team Jackie Yakes car is really a fast race car, so I'm not sure why they're so far down the running order. I think these two cars are pretty much the same.
Yeah, I don't know why he's back that far either.
He's having to check up quite a bit with these cars going into these corners. Apparently they're braking very early.
At the 1 hour mark, I had that 935 Jackie Hicks car up in 12th place.
Yeah, so
no,
something's happened.
I don't know if they've come in with an extra stop.
Go back on board inside the e-racing machine. This is Ella passing the 772 car on the backstretch, it looks like. Difficult to tell. Yep, this is going through the bus stop here. being held up a little bit by one of the Dodge Neons, I believe that is. The 451 car. As he's coming through the outer loop. That right-hand sweeper. And then down the chute, the short chute, into the boot.
Looks like we've lost the audio from e-racing.
No, I've got them here. I can hear them.
Or have I lost it?
Can you hear me? Oh, and a little crossed up there.
There goes the R-Bank car.
Can you hear me, Doc? Doc, can you hear me? All right, we may have lost our connection with Doc here.
I can't hear anything.
We'll try to get him back on board here with us.
Okay, thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. It's like we had to reboot there for a second.
Can you hear us now, Doc? All right, folks, so we got a little bit of audio difficulty. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to try to stay with the action here. We'll be back in just a second. Stick with us, everybody. You are watching the ChumpCar World Series broadcast, ChumpCast Live. Bill, or Doc, can you hear me? All right, folks, you stick with us if you would, please. We're just going to work out our situation here. All right, folks, so if you can hear me, our software has locked. So we're just going to reset that software real quick, and we'll be right back with you. So thanks so much